There we are. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. So if you're a guest, put your hand up quickly. Just let me know who the guests are. There we go. All right, welcome to our guests. Welcome to everyone who's tuned into our live stream around the country. We're broadcasting live as usual. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 45 minutes with you as we go through what we call our business introductory presentation. Afterwards, you're very welcome to come speak to me, ask me any questions that you might have. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. It's a mouthful, Constantia Insurance Company. You can just call us Constantia. We are a registered insurance company in South Africa. We are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. We have been in operation since 1952. Very long time, right? A bit older than I am. The FSP number that we operate under is that one over there. That means that we are regulated by the Financial Services Board, or as they call themselves now, the FSCA. We've got a number of financial licenses, so those are all available for you to go look at on our website. If you had head office like you guys are, outside above the water cooler, you'll see all those certificates up on the wall. A number of those are our FSB licenses. So we take credibility very seriously here at DuePoint because trust is paramount to creating any collaboration. We can't go into partnership with each other if we do not trust each other. And so it is very important that we trust one another in this process. I want today to be the first step in starting to understand that you can trust our business, right? We do everything to show you that we're a credible business. You can go speak to any of the other wealth engineers. You can go onto our website, go to the Constantia website. You can go to the JSC website. You can go to the FSCA's website. Go take a look. Okay, there's a huge, guys, I'm going to pause the presentation and wait for everyone to grab a seat. All the way to the end, guys. Just move up a little bit more and make it easy for everybody. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. There we go. Ladies, all the way to the end, because you know we're still going to have people coming in late. There you go. All right, better late than never. Okay, so my point is that we take credibility very seriously. I know, I'm someone that's worked in advertising for a very long time. I know the power of trust and credibility. We call it branding, right? You need to take that little leap of faith, and with time, you will start to understand that this is a business that you can trust. We take trust very seriously here at DuePoint. The senior staff at DuePoint are these people that you see up on screen. So the first three people on the far left are registered chartered accountants. They do very boring things at our work, yet very important things. They look after all our accounting requirements, our auditing requirements, a lot of the regulatory requirements. So they pretty much ensure that this business runs efficiently from an operations point of view. Brendan Benfield is our senior executive. He heads up this division. He's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance, because he comes from a family that has had a lot of success in the insurance space. His father founded Clientele Life. His father was the first person to start advertising insurance on TV in the 80s. Right? He was a pioneer, Dr. Brian Benfield. And then his father was the first person to start offering insurance products through network marketing remuneration schemes. That was called the IFA, right? And so they've had a lot of success in the space. We're very lucky to have Brendan heading up this division. He used to be the Chief Operating Officer of Prime Meridian Direct. Do we all know PMD? PMD is one of the biggest short-term insurers in the country. Then we got the two non-accountants over here. These are better looking people than the accountants. Some of us are taller than everyone else. Jane is very experienced in network and referral marketing. She's actually from the UK, so if you speak to her, it's not because she's got a lisp. She's actually from York in the UK. So she brings some wonderful international experience to our business. We're an insurance company, right? We're an insurance company. We're not a network marketing company. What's a network marketing company? We're an insurance company. Right? That's what we do. But the way we market and grow our business in South Africa is based on a network marketing growth model, right? And that experience that Jane brings to our business is very important, because that's where we rely on our growth and the collaboration with members of the public. All right. Then myself, I've been working in advertising for 25 years now. I ran my own digital agency for 15 years. We operated very much in the financial space. I did a lot of work, particularly for the big banks in South Africa, especially Investec, helped put them on the map from a digital point of view. So that's our staff. We've got client service staff. So you saw Jane is here, Anna's here. We've got some admin staff, Maki and Gertrude are here. The mandate of all the staff here at DuePoint, so our focus as staff of DuePoint is to support everybody that joins us in this business, right? It is in our interests to make sure that you are being effective at helping us grow this business. But more importantly, what we want to see happening is you becoming profitable as quickly as possible. Because if you don't do that, I'm not going to see you much longer, right? Our aim is to build sustainable long-term relationships with people in this business. You go speak to the people that joined the business when we launched DuePoint, right? We've had relationships with these people for nearly 3 years now. It is still early. 3 years, is 3 years a long time or a short time? Right? I would love to have a snapshot of this business in 20 years. Because we're going to have relationships that we've fostered with wealth engineers that have been in this business for 20 years, right? And that's the aim here at DuePoint, is sustainability, longevity. These are good things, good aspirations to have in any business. Very quickly, we look at our circumstance that we find ourselves in South Africa. We've got a little bit of good news. Did you hear that petrol price is going to drop? Unbelievable, right? I think they're just giving us a taster before they hit us again in December. 3 rand increase. Right? But we have a little bit of good news. But is it really going to help us? Right? Oh, the economy has taken a beating in the last 7-8 years. Our GDP. So I often compare, imagine South Africa was a little household, right? And 7-8 years ago, your household was earning 20,000 rand a month. Right? If we compare South Africa's economy, what it was 7 years ago to today, it's like that little household going from earning 20,000 rand a month to earning 10,000 rand a month. The GDP of South Africa has dropped by 50% in the last 7 years. It is frightening. Frightening what has happened. I'm surprised we don't have more unemployed people. We've got 10 million unemployed people. People between the ages of 18 and 24, there's 43% unemployment in that age group, right? We've got retrenchments happening. We've got, my father's involved in mining. He says one miner out in the West Rand and typically near Rustenburg, that's out of the world northwest, he says one miner will support up to 10 people in his family, right? And now we have mines going, we have to retrench 3,000 people. That's 30,000 people that suddenly become destitute in 1 month, just like that. Do you think these people have got pension funds to support them? Is that something they can rely on? And this is the state of our economy. Gone are the days where this term job security was a thing. Job security is an oxymoron. There is no security in jobs anymore, right? And so what this business, all this negativity, what it leads to is our self-awareness that we need to start mitigating this risk before the crisis hits. Don't suddenly jump up and go, I need to do something. I got told that the business is closing down this month. We have to put ourselves in a position where we mitigate the risk, where we go, my husband or my wife got retrenched, but fortunately DuePoint is paying us 10,000 or 20,000 rand a month. Right? That is being responsible and accountable to what we have to do for our families, right? Before the crisis, right? Some of you might do it in the crisis, but hopefully what we do is we mitigate that risk before the crisis hits. And so 2.5 years ago, Constantia launched this division called DuePoint. And for the first time, Constantia put its feelers out into public. You probably don't know the name Constantia, right? You've never heard of the business. We're talking about a business that's 70 years old. 70 years old. You haven't heard it because Constantia has never dealt with consumers, never dealt with the public before. They've only dealt with other insurance businesses, other financial institutions. And for the first time through this DuePoint system that we launched, we're now approaching consumers. And so you'll become a lot more familiar with Constantia as a business. But the DuePoint system was launched with a number of aspirations. So I've spoken to you generally about the aspirations of mitigating risk, being able to create a second source of income so that you're not in massive trouble if you do happen to meet crisis. But we have other aspirations for people in this business. What we want to achieve here at DuePoint is social impact. We want to, as a business, have impact, positive impact on our economy, right? When so many businesses are failing, we want to have social impact, we want to have positive impact on people's lives. And so one of the biggest things we want to achieve is for people to realize that they have it in themselves to get rid of their debt as quickly as possible. Has anyone even aspired to that? Have you ever woken up one morning and you go, you know what, in the next couple of years, I'm going to get rid of my debt completely? Who has ever woken up thinking that? No, right? No, when you wake up and you go, am I going to make it to the end of the month? Right? That's where the pain is. The pain is the end of the month. You don't have liberty to think, oh, my 2-year plan is to get rid of debt. But at DuePoint, we hope to achieve that for wealth engineers. For people that engage in our business and have the ability to start making money, we want to say to them, you know what? Use that money while you can to get rid of that debt completely. Completely. Become debt-free. Imagine how liberating that must be to be debt-free. When at the end of the month, you don't get one debit order SMS from the bank. Not one. Your cell phone's quiet. You hit the cell phone. Is it working? Why am I not getting the debit order SMSs from the bank? Right? Imagine what that must feel like. You're driving around a car that you don't owe money on. You're in a house that you don't owe money on. You're one of the parents that pay for the kids' education 1 year up front. You buy everything cash, paid off, no hire purchase, anything, right? Imagine getting to that position. We're hoping that people in their minds will aspire to achieving that. Because the trouble that we find ourselves in today, the debt cycle, I know every single person is indebted. Right? The statistics, we get the statistics, they're not secret. I know your secrets. We are all indebted. We all owe money. And our business is actually all about wealth creation. How can we make people wealthy if they are indebted? You can't become wealthy if you owe institutions and other people money constantly. And so the first thing we have to start focusing on is get rid of the debt first. Then we can start focusing on wealth creation. We create wealth through the ownership of assets. Now this is a very important point. Assets. How many of us here would love to own 2 houses? You live in one and you rent the other one out. Right? Or you own one house and you've got a transport company. Maybe you've got 5 buses, or wouldn't that be great? You own those 5 buses and they're working constantly. Think about that life that you can build for yourself. It is built by getting rid of your debt first. It empowers you then to start creating assets. You can buy extra houses, you can buy jewelry are even assets, right? You can purchase property. There are many ways, many assets take on many forms. But my point is we have to aspire to getting rid of our debt first. Many people don't do this. We are all caught and stuck in consumerism. If you ask any economist, is South Africa doing well or not well? They'll look at consumer reports. They'll go, are South Africans buying things? And if South Africans are buying things, then the economy is good. What a terrible metric. Don't you think? Why? Because our economy is built on consumerism. The economy doesn't need people becoming wealthy. The economy needs people that work and conform to industrialization. Our schooling system is also a proponent of modern economy. And so if you want to become someone who's wealthy, who changes their life, you actually have to step out of that conformity when everyone's going to try to pull you back in. Right? Be aware of this all the time. Right? What is happening at the end of the month? What happens on the last Friday of November every year? I know you're all excited. You're all excited. Woo! What are we like? Get on discount. Discount. Warm that credit card up. Black Friday. I'm going to get me some of this and some of that. Right? Oh. Those business owners are clever. They're clever at promoting consumerism. So clever. I love the story of De Beers. Do you know the story of De Beers? Do you know that diamonds used to be pretty much worthless? Did you know that? Diamonds are worthless. It was only when De Beers in the 1920s started marketing diamonds to have value, to be used as an engagement ring, to show your love to the person, to the lady that you are marrying as a symbol of commitment. And they even in their adverts said you should be spending 2-3 months' salary on a diamond ring. And then what De Beers did was they bought all the diamonds and they hid them from everyone. And they said, no, they are valuable. It's a beautiful example of consumerism, on how we are bent into being consumers, right? Be aware of this. Aware of it. It's very empowering to start understanding this process, because this is what we want to achieve here at DuePoint, is wealth creation. We do it through the DuePoint system. How do you get engaged in the system? One, you join DuePoint. You become a wealth engineer. That's what we refer to as wealth engineers. It's a very appropriate term. As a wealth engineer, you have to help us grow our business. You do that by building what we call channels of distribution. I'll show you what one looks like, but it is basically you just going out and telling people about DuePoint, referring us to your friends, your acquaintances, your colleagues, even strangers. You say, stop moaning about the cost of avocados from Egypt. Join DuePoint. They'll pay for your avocados. Stop moaning about the price of petrol. Come look at DuePoint, right? And if you are successful in that process of connecting other people to DuePoint, and those people, some of which, will also become wealth engineers. They'll go, yes, I like what this business is doing, what it can offer me. So I become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint. That is you successful in growing a channel of distribution. It leads to a host of benefits. So you say, well, why would I want to do this? Well, here is a whole list of reasons why you do it. Because we will pay you extra income. At the end of every single month, you will get a second paycheck. What's better than one paycheck at the end of the month? 2 paychecks. You see? Look here. What's better than one chocolate? There's 2 chocolates in here, right? You're all looking at the chocolate now. The nature of the income that we produce at DuePoint is recurring income. This again speaks to wealth creation, right? If you go speak to anyone who's wealthy, investment bankers, typically, they understand this principle very well. The opportunity of being able to create annuity income. Investors always talk about annuity income. Some people refer to it as passive income. It is often described, my father described this to me as well when I was a lot younger. He said, it's the ability to make money while you're sleeping. I didn't understand that at all. I thought, well, you have to do something to earn money. How can you sleep and still earn money? It is through assets. If you can get an asset to derive income for you instead of your job, well, now you are starting to touch on wealth creation. Because next month you could fall ill. Next month you could be retrenched. Next month you could die. Next month you could be turning 60 and be told that you have to retire. That is all active-based income. Once those events happen, your income ends. But if you're someone that has developed wealth through asset ownership, right, like building a DuePoint channel or owning a second house, when something happens to you next month, that income doesn't disappear. If you get sick, you can still rent the second house out. If you get sick, DuePoint is still going to pay you next month. If you get old and you're 60, DuePoint is still going to pay you, right? And this is the value of creating recurring income. Power duplication. You have the opportunity to build a team around you at DuePoint. We all know that you can be way more effective with a good team rather than trying to do something on your own, right? I recount a story of my school days when I played rugby. We had a very old rugby coach, Mr. Faber. He looked like he was about 90. He could still run around, but he looked a bit funny when he ran around. Looked like a dwarf or something, right? Old man, hard man, fingers like bananas. And he used to coach the back line, the 13-year-old's back line. And he used to fight with us and say, why did you not pass the ball? Why did you keep the ball to yourself trying to score the try on your own? Do you not know that you've got a team with you? Do you not know that if you pass the ball will get to the try line much faster than you do on your own? So he used to demonstrate it to us. He used to pick the slowest kids. He used to pick 5 kids that were the slowest in the team. He said, use 5 slow kids. Line up here. He gave the rugby ball to the first slow kid. And then he went and chose the fastest kid. The fastest kid. And he said, now you stand at the end there. Now we're going to have a race. You're going to run as quickly as you can to the end of the line. And you slow kids, you're just going to pass the ball to each other. Who do you think got the ball to the end of the line the fastest? The kid running on his own, or the kids passing the ball between their teammates? The passing the ball was much faster. You've got the opportunity to do this in your business. You can go find other people to help you build your channel, to increase your recurring income, the size of your asset that much faster, right? Our business is FlexiTime. It just means the app that we make available to people allows you to build your business anywhere in South Africa at any time of the day. There's no startup capital in our business. We don't have boxes of product that you're going to go home with today. Right, we've designed this business to have a low barrier to entry. It makes it accessible to everybody. At the same time, it allows you to consider this business without the risk of losing. How many business opportunities say, oh, you need to put 1,000, 4,000 down. We can give you 2% interest a week on your money here. I suggest you invest 20,000. Right, we don't do that. Like I said in the beginning, we're trying to develop long-term relationships with people. It's not a smash and grab business. I'm not trying to get money out of you in the beginning. We make our business very low risk so that people can consider, they can try this business as a wealth engineer to see how it goes. Because I have enough trust and faith in my business that next month you'll still be here because you realize you're with a good business, right? No qualifications or experience requirements. You get to build an asset. Now, I've touched on this already. It is an asset that you have ownership over, right? It means you have legal tender over your channel of distribution. It means you can sell it. You can sell your channel of distribution for whatever reason, right? It also means that when you get to retirement, when your boss says to you at your day job, right, what cake do you like? And you're thinking, well, it's not my birthday month. What's he talking about? That's the retirement party he's about to throw for you. He's very excited. He's not going to have to pay you anymore after your retirement party, right? At DuePoint, we don't retire anybody because you built an asset that you have ownership over, right? Your DuePoint channel will pay you into your 60s, into your 70s, into your 80s, into your 90s. You could even be bedridden, and you can still do DuePoint. You'll still earn from DuePoint. And even the day you die, your children will be very excited to be inheriting your DuePoint business. You will be able to seed real wealth onto your beneficiaries, right? That is the value of making a decision today of sacrifice. Because that's what I'm going to ask you to do. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to ask you to make a sacrifice. It is not a fleeting decision. I'm not asking you to quit smoking or to lose weight or start going to gym or be nicer to your children, right? I'm going to ask you to make a life-changing decision. A decision of sacrifice, because I need you to sacrifice time to do this business. But I'm hoping you will agree to it because you know that you're building an asset that you own here at DuePoint, that you're actually starting to tap into wealth creation. You're not chasing active-based income. You're chasing asset-based income. There's no selling involved in our business. So we talk about what you're actually going to be doing. Rob, you say we're going to go tell people about DuePoint. It doesn't include selling. There's no selling involved here at DuePoint. Why do I say that? Well, the biggest reason is a regulatory reason. You're not licensed to talk about financial products. Only myself and Brendan are. But this is a great thing, because this weekend you don't have to go to your friends and say, guys, who's interested in a new insurance product? You're not going to say that. Your friends will kick you out the house. They'll say, take your nyama with you and your booze, go. Right? Selling insurance products here in our braai. What you are going to be telling them is there is an opportunity, a financial opportunity. And they go, who has ever said they're not interested in making more money? Nobody, right? That's what you're going to be doing, connecting people to financial opportunity. That's all you're going to be doing. You don't have to tell them about their products, my products. I do that. Brendan will do that. Our website, that's the job of us to do. You don't talk about product. The nature of our products are financial in nature. This is a great thing. Like I said, we don't have boxes of product that you have to go home with today. I don't want to open your boot and see DuePoint products in your boot, right? You don't have to look for space at home for DuePoint products, right? The products in themselves are very convenient because our IT systems take care of the products on their own. You don't even know it's happening. Everything gets taken care of in the cloud, so to speak. All right. Your success, although, is very dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. If you can't build a channel of distribution, you can't do DuePoint, right? So I'm going to show you what it looks like. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and then you're going to go out and start connecting other people to DuePoint. You might speak to 10 people. Out of the 10 people that you speak to, perhaps only 5 decide to join DuePoint. right? But our success is based on the small numbers at DuePoint, not on big numbers. Remember that. Our success is built on small numbers, not on the big numbers. More people will say to you no. You're not worried about the people that say no. You're worried about the few people that say yes. In this example, you've got 5 people that suddenly join your first point. You've connected 5 people successfully to DuePoint. They became wealth engineers and product owners. And now this is where the power of duplication takes place. Because those 5 people, and I hope they are good quality 5 people. Because people that don't have the resources to do DuePoint aren't going to do DuePoint for you. You want to bring people that help you build your channel, not people that are a burden to you. When you get someone to join your channel and suddenly you're getting please call me's and send me data and give me a lift, and I don't know how to use a mobile phone, I don't know how to use the internet, what is an email address? You connected the wrong gogo. But I'll tell you now, we've got gogos doing this business successfully, right? So I'm not trying to disparage the gogos. But be aware of who you're connecting to your business. There are people that are better suited to do DuePoint, and there are people that are not suited to DuePoint. Do not put yourself in a position where you are so desperate that you let anyone into your business. It will... What is going on? I put this thing on silent. Something's going on. Sorry, guys. Huh? In training, the Siri started playing a song on my phone while I was talking. Right? Anyway, so your success is very much dependent on your ability to build this channel, and a successful, sustainable channel, one that's built on quality people. So that's just a little warning. When you go out and you connect people, you don't have to connect everybody. Connect the few better quality people. You'll build a more sustainable channel, right? A better asset. It's like building a good quality house instead of a poor quality house. The poor quality house, the tenant is going to phone you every weekend saying the toilet just fell off the wall. Right? We got damp on the wall outside. You don't want to deal with that. You don't want to have to nurse an asset. You want to build an asset that builds itself. It is based on quality always. My warning to everybody that success here at DuePoint is not this linear line. Even if you are the hardest working wealth engineer, the most fastidious, the one with the best work ethic, you're still going to come into contact with hardship and frustration. You're going to want to pull your hair out at times in this business, right? You're going to have months where it feels like you're not growing, where you're not being effective. This is the same for any single entrepreneurial opportunity that exists globally. Any successful entrepreneur will tell you about all the hardship they experienced. They will, right? It is silly to think that you can be successful and it's easy. Those two things don't exist in the same world. Successful and easy, they're not in the same world. This business is, oh my goodness. Successful is about enduring. You have to be able to endure hardship if you want to be successful, right? And so this again is about self-awareness. You've got to ask yourself the question, am I willing, when I said to you, you've got to make that decision about sacrificing time, at the same time you've got to be willing to sacrifice, well, not sacrifice, but endure hardship in our business, right? It's just a warning, because I know there's lots of businesses out there purporting that you can be successful easily. They're lying to you, right? I want you to expect the hardship, because then if you expect it, you're willing to deal with it. All right. Let me just see what's going on here. Silly phone. See, it's even on silent. I don't know what's going on. All right. Let's talk about our financial products. I'm going to go through our 4 financial products. They are straightforward products. They're designed to be straightforward so that we can make an easy decision. Often financial products can be very complicated. They can be very daunting. But we've purposely designed our products to be easy to make a decision upon. You are at liberty now to decide to take out any one of these products. You can take out 1 or 2. You can take out all 4. This is a personal decision that you will make. Our products are not arbitrary products. We're not selling milkshakes or toothpaste or soap here, right? We have designed products that are, again, focused around wealth creation, right? Creating assets. Our investment product is an asset. We've got insurance products that protect your asset value, right? And then we've got one final product that hopefully will make your life easier month to month. So let's go through them. Access Wealth is our first product. It is our investment product. It's going to cost you 324 Rand every single month, of which 100 Rand will be invested into a tax-free investment fund. Right, so you've got this investment fund that'll get registered in your name. You've got full access to the fund. You can draw your money out at any stage. There's no restriction period on that. And it's an actively managed fund. It's with Sanlam. This is an investment you can trust. It's with the biggest investment house in the country, right? And your balance will always be reflected live in your app. Then on top of the investment, we give you a little bit of insurance. So we give you 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. That's a lot of death cover. How many people get paid out 120,000 Rand upon their death, right? Just from a single policy that is creating an investment at the same time. So this is our investment product, right? It's called Access Wealth, the first product. The second product is an insurance product only. So this is strictly insurance. It's called Wealth Guard. It's guarding your wealth. It's going to cost you 249 Rand a month. But this time, for that 249, you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. The beauty of personal accident death cover is in the fact that we don't discriminate against anyone's health status or their age. You can be 60 years old, you can be diabetic, you can have heart conditions, you could even have cancer. You can still take out this product and the premium is the same for everybody, right? So it's a beautifully accessible product. Wealth Guard. Then thirdly, we've got Family Wealth. This covers the whole family. So it's our funeral cover product for the whole family. It starts at 299 Rand a month. It gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, and it covers up to 5 family members. It also gives you 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So upon your death, if you have any liability, if you owe anyone money, we'll pay out up to 10,000 Rand of your debt. And then you can increase your cover if you want to, up to 30,000 Rand. And if you have more family members, right, because if you only take for 5, then the other ones start moaning. Why aren't you covering us? You can cover up to 10 family members. So we've got some flexibility in this product. Again, there's no discrimination against your health status or your age. Anyone between the ages of 18 and 70 can take out this product. The premium doesn't go up. Doesn't go up the older you get, and it doesn't go up when you get unhealthy, right? Because we don't profile your risk and we don't discriminate against you. And once you have this product, the product is whole of life. Right, a lot of insurance products, they cancel themselves at certain ages. They say to you, you're 70, you're definitely going to be dying soon. We cancel your life insurance, right? This is what we call a whole life product. It means this will cover you until you're 90, till you're 100. You still have cover. All right. So wonderful family wealth product for the whole family. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points is actually questions at the end. Wealth Points is a product that aims to reduce your cost of living every single month. So think about the money that you spend every single month, monthly expenses. What we've done with this product for $2.99 a month is that you get to enjoy the discounts and the benefits that our partners that we partner with offer. Right? So we've got negotiated discounts with all these businesses, always on Wi-Fi data. They typically charge their clients 100 Rand for a gig of data. We managed to get them down to 36 Rand. For 1 gig of data, right? ShopRite Checkers. 2% off your entire trolley at ShopRite Checkers. Their profit margin's only 7%. They're willing to give us 2% off your entire trolley as much as you want to shop at ShopRite Checkers. Then we've got a host of other, Hershey's is fairly popular. We've got some other online retailers. We've got some wonderful car manufacturers, Eagle Ford. Jaguar Land Rover Sandton have just been voted the best dealership in Johannesburg, right? They will give you the best price. Who's going to buy a Range Rover soon? Anyone shopping for a Range Rover? Okay, we've got a couple of people. You are going to be a Wealth Points owner. You're going to go to Jaguar Land Rover. You will get the best price in the country guaranteed, right? Along with the best service. So this is how Wealth Points works. We are adding new partners to this product all the time. We're always searching for new partners. If you're looking for immediate benefit, you can start benefiting from day one with this product, as long as you're using those partners. So those are the 4 products, straightforward, easy to understand, make a decision, choose anyone as long as it's black. Our business model, what separates us from other insurance companies? That's the fact that we don't market or advertise, right? Has anyone seen a DuePoint logo or heard or seen a DuePoint advertisement outside of the office? Never, right? But we still take that portion of our budget. So that money that typically all these other companies are spending in marketing and advertising, we're at liberty to take that portion of our budget and give it to our wealth engineers, the people that we depend on for growth in South Africa, right? Because we want to grow our business. Of course, we all have aspirations for growth, for improvement, for expansion. And the work you do growing your channel distribution, we pay you for that. So there's actually two ways to benefit as a wealth engineer. And that is through the two programs. You're going to see them pop up now. Our returns program and the rewards program. So those are the two programs we have at DuePoint that you benefit from. The first one that we're going to discuss is the returns program. I'll talk about the rewards program at the end. The returns program is the most important. It is the money that you get to make for yourself every single month. It is the money that that asset pays you out monthly, the recurring income. It works like this. We pay out a base return fee of R27.50 for every product that you have in your channel, right? But it is based on where the product lies in relation to you. So remember the slide that shows you what your channel looks like when it grows? The closer the product is to you, the more we pay you. So the people that you introduce to the business on your first point, we call that your first point. And on your first point, you actually earn 55 Rand for every product. So if you introduce 10 people to DuePoint who all pay their product, we'd be paying you 550 Rand a month, right? 55 times 10. When those people go out and start connecting other wealth engineers, that product lies on your second point. You see now your channel's starting to grow. And again, we pay 55 Rand for every product on your second point every single month because it's recurring income. And as your channel starts to grow, that product gets further away from you, and the further the product is away from you, the less you earn, all the way to 4%, right? But we don't stop paying you at any point, because from point 8 outwards, we will keep paying you in theory to infinity. There is no limit to how big your channel can get at DuePoint. There's no limit to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. Think about that for a second. There is absolutely no limit. We don't have any rule in place that will limit the size of your channel or your earnings at DuePoint. This business is about time and numbers. You have to have the patience to let your channel grow, and you have to have that work ethic to grow your first point as quickly as possible, as much as possible, because the more numbers you put in, the greater your channel will be, right? But you still have to let time do its work. The business is about time and numbers. So that's the mechanics of the returns. Yet people still want to know, well, how quickly can I earn money? How much work do I have to put in before I can become a millionaire at DuePoint? Does everyone want to become a millionaire? You all said you wanted to own a second house. Right, so how much money do you need to pay off your first house and buy a second house? So aspire to becoming a millionaire. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Don't tell your friends, they get jealous, right? Keep it to yourself. So what we did was we created a 5-year plan. A 5-year plan that will get you to millionaire status at the end of 60 months. How much work is required? Well, you need to be connecting 2 people every single month to your first point. In your first month, we want you to connect 3 people because that gets you on the board, right? So 3 in your first month, but every other month for the next 5 years, just 2 people every single month. Do you see why it's so important to make that sacrifice? To make the decision in your head that, yes, this is what I'm going to be doing for the next 5 years, every single week. Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I commit to it? Right? That commitment is so important. That decision process is so important. And if you can do that, this is what your journey will look like. After 6 months, you will be earning about 2,500 Rand. So you're not a millionaire yet. Are you disappointed you're not a millionaire in 6 months? Right? No one walks out at this stage. I don't know if you're too shy to walk out and you're going, I'm going to find a business opportunity where I can be a millionaire by the end of the year. Not realistic, right? You will start to realize very quickly in our business is that we're realistic about everything. About everything. We don't want people to have these crazy dreams that aren't attainable. We're trying to realistically work with people to help you attain aspirations that perhaps you never even had before you joined DuePoint. So yes, 2,500 Rand at 6 months. I want to demonstrate the value of 2,500 Rand to you because you might be falling foul of thinking that 2,500 Rand is not that much. What can I do with 2,500 Rand? What can you do with 2,500 Rand? You'll spend it before Sunday, right? If it was in your wallet, right? Again, start thinking about, are you a consumer? Am I a consumer? If I've got 2,500 Rand in my pocket, why do I spend it so easily? Right? The economy wants you to spend it. The economy needs you to spend your money. It does. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Not everyone can be successful. Not everyone can be wealthy. The economy wouldn't work under those conditions. It doesn't mean that you have to conform to being a consumer. And so how do you not conform to being a consumer if suddenly you're earning 2,500 Rand every month? Well, start at step number 1. Start paying your debt off a little bit faster. Here we've got an example that's someone who's aspiring to own a property. So they went and bonded the property, because you don't have R1 million in your bank yet, right? So you go bond the property. The bank agrees to give you a loan, and you agree to pay that loan back over 20 years, right? That's a long time. You see how they get you in to conform over a lifetime? 20-year bond. It's probably the biggest loan you'll ever make, is that bond, right? It locks you in for 20 years. But what we don't realize is that we can pay the loan off faster. Why must I be locked in for 20 years? That doesn't give me options. I don't want to be optionless for 20 years. And so use your 2,500 rand and pay your bond off faster. Little 2,500 rand will pay the bond off in nearly half the time. That bond is costing you 11,500 rand a month. You're only putting in an extra 20%, but it reduces it by nearly 50%. This is the power of compound interest. The banks know the power of compound interest very well. Consumers are at the receiving end of compound interest, called debt. We finance the banks. You need to start financing yourself. Finance yourself. Get rid of this bond as quickly as possible. In 11 and a half years, you can be the homeowner of a 1 million rand house. It now empowers you to buy the second house, to start tapping into wealth creation. That's only at 6 months. That's around the corner. At 12 months, you're earning in excess of 100,000 rand extra every single year. So now suddenly you're at 9,000 a month. You see how quickly that jumped? Right? You're still building 2 people onto your first point every single month. You keep going. At 24 months' time, you'll be earning close to 30,000 rand a month. How big is that jump? Right now, we are talking serious money. Extra 30,000 rand in your bank account. Imagine getting a little SMS at the end of every month that says extra 27,000 rand just paid into your bank account. You keep going. At month 36, you're close to 50,000 rand a month. After 48 months, 4 months from now, you'll be earning close to 70,000 rand a month. Right? Remember, DuePoint's only 2.5 years old. And then after 60 months, you'll be earning close to 85,000 rand a month. That's an extra 1 million rand in your back pocket every single year. Imagine coming to DuePoint and picking up a 1 million rand check at the end of the year. December. How does your December suddenly change when you've got 1 million rand in your bank account extra? You don't even have to listen to your boss anymore. So when I don't have to listen to you, DuePoint pays me more than you paying me. Right? Those are options. That's real liberty. That's real liberty. Financial freedom is real liberty. Right? But this is 5 years of sacrificing week on week on week. 2 people every single month. 2 people every single month. Can you do it? Can you make that commitment? Can you make that commitment? In the face of hardship, in the face of people letting you down, in the face of people telling you, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. You must conform. You must be a consumer like us, like the rest of us. What are you doing spending your time weekends trying to connect people to some financial business? What are you doing? Right? But this is academic. More importantly, I have to show you people that are doing this business. Because I can't just show you a sum on the board and say, this is what you can have. I have to show you people that are doing this. Because we're only 2.5 years old. We've got people that have been in the business a little bit. We've got a very famous person, Millicent. There she is sitting in the front in business class. This is first class. This is business class. Millicent sitting in business class. She hasn't promoted herself to first class yet, even though we've got seats open here. Right, so Millicent has been in the business for 6 months. She was earning close to 1,300 rand a month, the size of her channel sitting at 5 points. She's got 78 people in the business, but she only introduced 28. She didn't introduce 78, she introduced 28. The 28 duplicated. Right, that's why it's so important. Find strong people, because the stronger the people you find, that 78 could be bigger. If you find poor quality people, that 78 could be smaller. Right? And again, now you might say, oh, Millicent, she's been in the business for 6 months. She should be at 2,500 rand. Why aren't you at 2,500 rand? Millicent said she took 4 months off. Right? DuePoint's not going to fire Millicent. She has enough self-awareness to evaluate the quality, the sacrifice of time that she's doing in the business. She hasn't quit. So we must assume that she's decided, well, this business has been worth it. I'm going to keep pushing because I like that extra 1,300 rand a month. No, it's not 2,500, but I'm still putting 1,300 rand into my bond extra, whereas before I wasn't. And I'm only 6 months in. This is still a baby business. Millicent, your channel's a baby. Not even walking yet, right? There's so much more potential. Don't make a judgment on the size of money, right? Because we are all indebted, we are all consumers. Lindo from KZN is shooting the lights out. He is very busy. You can see he connected 44 people in the space of 4 months. He's earning nearly 4,000 Rand a month. The size of his channel sitting at 7 points. He's got 126 people in his business based on the 44 that he connected in just the space of 4 months. You see, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Then we've got very experienced networkers. You can see they're only 22, but they look like they're in their 50s. That's what networking will do to you, right? I'm kidding. Marsha and Rudolph, they've been doing the business for a very long time, networking in general for a very long time. They're very experienced networkers. They joined our business the day we launched it, so we had a launch event. They joined the same day, and they were skeptical. They were. If you go listen to their YouTube videos, they say, oh, we didn't know about these guys, these new kids on the block. Who are they? Making all these claims and promises. And so they stood on the sidelines a little bit. They did a little bit of growing in their first year, but it was only in their second year that they really got stuck in, because after 1 year, they developed trust. Trust is so important, right? Because it instills belief, and that belief turns into action, and the action turns into results. And so in their second year, they really took off. Their average return is 25,000. So if we took all their returns and divided by the months, they would be earning on average from day one, 25,000 a month. They've got nearly 2,000 people in their channel, 17 points, the size of their channel, and they've got 9 people on their first point. So not everyone that you connect to DuePoint is going to grow. This is something you'll realize with much consternation. Why did you join if you don't want to grow, right? But it happens nonetheless. On Marsha and Rudolph's first point, they've got 9 people growing. They've got 1 person on their first point that brought 1,000 people into their business. So do you bring weak people into your business, or do you bring strong people? Do you take a little bit more time and find the strong people, or do you get desperate and let anyone in because it looks good? Bring strong people in. We've got thousands of people joining DuePoint every single month. Everybody is different. Everyone's running a different race. Everyone's got different belief systems, different excuses, different circumstances, different aspirations. Do not look at other people. Don't look here. Don't look at them. Look here. Look here. Don't look here. You are at liberty to decide what you want out of this business. It has got nothing to do with what other people are doing in the business. You must decide, because your belief and trust and aspirations in this business will inform how much time you're going to sacrifice into this thing. Because unless you believe that this business can change your life, you're not going to sacrifice time into it. You're going to treat it like a New Year's resolution. You're in a comfort zone. Comfort zones are wonderful for consumers. It means less consumers will aspire to achieving great things, right? Not everyone can be their own boss. So you need to decide what you want out of this business. More importantly for me, as always, is how are you going to fit DuePoint into your life? Again, it comes back to, are you going to sacrifice time to do this business? That is the decision. It is a big decision. You have to come to terms with that, right? Because if it's an easy, fleeting decision, well, then it'll be an easy, fleeting decision to give up and go look somewhere else again. And that behavior is your behavior. It's not our behavior, it's your behavior. And you'll keep repeating your behavior unless you change, right? Make a big decision today. Joining is very straightforward. It's a non-event practically. Jump onto our website, click on the big blue apply button, or the person that introduced you to DuePoint will have a little DuePoint app. You can join on the DuePoint app. It takes you 5 minutes to become a wealth engineer, but now you have to start applying yourself to the business. So how do you apply yourself to this business? Number 1, go watch some of the training. We had training this morning, right? Everything is on YouTube. It's all for free. The training is not always DuePoint training. Some of the training is life training. It is education, it's knowledge that you can take away. No one will take it away from you, right? So go invest yourself into learning some more. Set goals for yourself. This is where you get to decide what you want out of this business. You want a second house? You want a second house? Map it out on a piece of paper. The best way to think is when you start writing down what you want, your thought process, right? You write it down. You put a deadline on it. A deadline forces you to be accountable to a timeline now. Otherwise, it's just a dream. It's just a fantasy, right? Decide what you want. It's the only way you can prepare a plan. If you came to me and you said, Rob, by next year this time, I want to be earning an extra 10,000 Rand a month. Oh, imagine I could be earning extra 10,000 on top of my day job. December will look so good. I can take the kids away. I can get decent Christmas presents for a change. Getting school uniforms and stationery and school fees won't be a problem anymore. It'll change my life, just that 10,000 Rand in 12 months' time. What do I need to do? I'll say to you, well, you need to be connecting 2 or 3 people every single month for the next 12 months. You can't take a month off. Every month, 2 or 3 people, and that will get you there. So that is the plan. The plan is I need 2 or 3 people joining my first point every single month. How do I make that happen? I start speaking to people. How many people do I need to speak to? I don't know. You will find that out very quickly. Very quickly. Maybe you need to speak to 10 to get 2 to join. Maybe you need to speak to 6 to get 2 to join. Right? This is something you'll become an expert at. You'll improve at it. Don't be despondent. Go out with a bit of flair, a bit of vulnerability, some courage. It is a process for all of us, right? That is how you do this business. It is as simple as that. Get merchandise. We've got brand new little, what are these batteries? What do they call them? Chargers. A charger. No, power bank. Sorry, power banks. Yeah, I don't know the words for these things. It's a power bank. Look how nice it looks. Our brand new power banks. They're much better. They've got more milliamps, and the price, we've kept the price the same, right? So all of this stuff, this is a picture of credibility. When you sit down and someone looks at you, because we all look at other people, right? We like to make judgment calls, especially when someone's coming to tell me what I should do with my life. Come join DuePoint. Who do you think you are? Right? And so you make a judgment call on that person. You say, you don't look successful, or you don't look like you take DuePoint seriously. But that is just a first impression. It is so easy to manipulate first impressions. We call it advertising. We call it branding. You can put yourself in the best light. Our merchandise will help you put you in the best light. All you have to do is brush your hair, put your nice shoes on, get business cards, maybe have a notepad. You sit down, you look like you're serious about business. Imagine I came up onto the stage here with my denim shorts on, my vest from last night where I spilt some of the pizza marinara on my shirt. I didn't brush my hair, and I was telling everyone how to live their lives. You'd be thinking, this guy's a joke, right? People would actually walk out the presentation. Imagine we were doing the presentation in my garage at home. Do you see how first impressions are so important? Empower yourselves. Get merchandise. It'll help you connect more people successfully. Join our Facebook page. We're very active on Facebook. Join the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is this camera sitting in the corner here, live streaming globally. Anyone in any part of the world can watch this presentation right now live. We do it 8 times a week. It's your opportunity to connect people that easily to DuePoint anywhere in South Africa, any time of the day. Leverage this platform. Leverage it. All our testimonies and training, all of that, all the videos, every production we've done is on our YouTube channel, right? Free access to it. Download the mobile app. We spend a fortune of money on this mobile app, right? Because we know it empowers people to understand their business properly, to become an expert in this business. So download the mobile app onto your smartphone the moment you become a wealth engineer. Then we get our rewards program. Did everyone forget we had a rewards program? We have a rewards program. You can benefit out of this business over and above the money we pay you at the end of the month. There's even more benefit to derive, more value to derive out of DuePoint than just that monthly return. So the rewards program is certainly a cherry on top here at DuePoint. How does it work? Well, if you become a wealth engineer today, you'll start out as a rank 0 wealth engineer. Rank 0, because you're worth nothing, right? You haven't applied yourself yet. You need to start applying yourself. And when you start becoming active in this business, just doing DuePoint things, we give you something called XP, experience points. To get 1,000 XP, you can do in 30 seconds. Right? 30 seconds, you can earn 1,000 XP. You need 4 products in your qualified channel. And when you meet those 2 criteria, you become a rank 1. Rank 1 wealth engineer. You're on the board. You're on the board. And we give you an extra 55 Rand at the end of the month. Extra, over and above the monthly return we pay you. Who can aspire to rank 1 55 Rand? What can you do with 55 Rand? Can you get excited about rank 1? Go, ooh, I'm getting extra 55 Rand at the end of the month. Not going to tell the family. I'm going to go spend it on my own. Coffee and a cupcake maybe. Right? You can celebrate. You can give yourself self-love for getting to rank 1. Because what you've just done is you've just proven to yourself that you can do DuePoint. That is a momentous occasion. It is a momentous occasion. You have literally proven to yourself that you can do this business. You can get anywhere. If you know you can do this business, you can get anywhere. It just requires patience and endurance. The only thing separating a rank 1 and a rank 20 is whether they've endured or whether they've given up. And yes, the rewards get much bigger as you rank up, right? We had a couple of pensioners come pick up a 20,000 Rand check on top of their earnings a couple of weeks ago. That was exciting, holding a big check with your name on it, 5 digits on that check, extra at the end of the month. We give tools to our wealth engineers that help them be more effective in connecting people, fancy little USB drives that plug into any device, all our video collaterals on there. Rank 7 business cards, these are like blocks of gold. Look at the business cards. That looks fancy, right? Again, it feeds into first impressions. You put a 12,500 Rand business card on the table, I promise you, you're the most important person at the meeting. You could be sitting with the CEO of De Beers. He'll be looking at the business cards going, why don't I have business cards like that? Right? At rank 9, we take you and your family on our rank 9 international conference. This is a wonderful rank to get to because it's so inclusive of the whole family. It's almost a conclusion to the end of the year of hard work, of enduring. You've earned this for yourself. We take you and your family business class flights to our rank 9 international resort. It's a luxury resort. We spend 7 days there. It is an all expenses paid trip. You can clean out that mini bar in the fridge. You know, you ever stayed in the hotel? They got the mini bar there. If you've got kids, you take the red tape. You put the red tape over the mini bar. You tell the kids no one touches anything in the mini bar. Otherwise, right? Because the Snickers cost 50 Rand. Who's crazy enough to open the mini bar fridge? When you come on our rank 9 trip, you can clean out the mini bar every single day. We'll restock it in the morning for you. No expense to you. You will not spend a cent on this trip and you'll be rubbing shoulders with millionaires. I don't say that lightly. Go check any of the resorts we've gone to. Go book online. Say you want to go there over December, you and the family see what the price that comes up at the end of it. You're rubbing shoulders with millionaires. It is your taste of what's to come on this DuePoint journey. This is not some extravagant holiday that we just take you on to keep you in the business. It is a taste of what you are heading towards. Because by the time you're rank 15, 16, 17, you can afford this trip with your own money at any time you feel like it. So take a look at our last trip. This is Turtle Bay, the Western Turtle Bay in Mauritius. These are real wealth engineers. They're not even actors that we had to pay.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rise.
promise the fish won't eat you. So that is what rank 9 looks like. It's available for every single person sitting down in this room today. Every single one. I often wonder which of you will be coming to rank 9 with us. When will our families get to know each other a little better? Year on year on year. We do this every single year. You will enjoy this trip with your family every single year for the rest of your life. Some wealth engineers did this in 5 months. Got to rank 9 in 5 months. Some take a year, some take 2 years. If you're engaged in that 2 per month process, it'll take you 2-3 years to get there. But we don't hide it. It's there waiting for you. As long as every month you're just getting a little bit closer, that you're progressing every single month. That's all that counts in this business. We don't reset anyone to 0. You just keep building your asset. Rank 11, that's 2 ranks later. We buy a brand new car for our wealth engineers. We spend R250,000 buying you a brand new car. We pay for it cash. We put it in your name, and you get to drive it off the parking lot. There's no big DuePoint stickers on your car. It's your car. It's not DuePoint's car, it's yours. No debit order at the end of the month. You're driving a car with no debit order at the end of the month. We paid for it cash, but you earned it. You did the work for this. We are at rank 11. Our rewards program goes up to rank 28. 28. 2 years is a flash in the pan. A 2-year-old, they're only starting to learn how to talk at 2, man. Right? Your business is still early. It still needs nursing. You're not wealthy yet. You have a taste of what wealth is about, but you're not wealthy yet. We still have to work with you for at least another 3 years, right? When you get past the 5-year mark, now you probably start, maybe you've got rid of all your debt by now. Now you're starting to focus on buying some assets, right? A second house, a second property, maybe some cars to start a transport company, whatever that looks like for you. We've got one more national encounter left. One more. We've done 4 this year. We've got 1 left, Cape Town. I get to go down to Cape Town. I'm very excited to go to Cape Town. I love Cape Town. 24th of November, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to build your channel in the Western Cape. If you know anyone in the Western Cape, I want you to make note of the date, make a list of people that you think you can phone. It might even be someone that's in Joburg, but you know that they know people in Cape Town. You phone that person, you say, listen, give me some names of Cape Townians. I've got a great financial opportunity for some people, right? It's just going to take a couple of hours of their time. Invite them to this business seminar. It is 3 hours of DuePoint. I promise you, people will come out of this business seminar on fire for DuePoint because we get to spend 3 hours with them speaking about the power of this business and the ease of which you can get engaged into this business, right? So make note of the date, go to our website, click on the events button. You'll see Cape Town Encounter. Register yourself and your guests for that. It is opportunity to start building your channel nationally. We don't want people to have a Joburg channel or a Bloemfontein channel. We want you to have a national channel, right? Take advantage of the opportunity. We've got a launch workshop straight after this presentation. What is a launch workshop? It is where we spend 30 minutes with you, and you can ask questions as we go along, right? So it's a very engaging workshop where I get to tell you what you need to focus on to get engaged into this business straight off the bat. You want to start becoming profitable as quickly as possible? Make sure you come to the launch workshop. I'll tell you what you need to focus on, what you need to worry about, what you need to do. It is simple, straightforward. It's 30 minutes that you need to just sit and engage with this process, and you'll be ready to go. Start building wealth before the year is out. Don't write 2018 off. And that is my invitation to you. My invitation to you as a guest is to come join our business called DuePoint. That is the invitation. Remember, it's not a fleeting decision. I want you to make a decision where you know the implications of the decision. I'm inviting you to sacrifice time. Your children might see you less. There'll be less TV, less Facebook, less relaxing, but I'm hoping that you've realized through this presentation that it is worth it. That it is worth it, that we can change your life. For those few people that are tired of being consumers, tired of always being in debt, tired because there's no prospect of what your retirement looks like when you get to 60, 65. It is time to start taking control over our income. Stop depending on the economy. The economy is not going to change. Think the economy is going to change. Even the finance minister said we're only going to be growing by 3.5% by 2021. Are you happy with a 3% increase every year in your salary? No, you shouldn't be, right? You should be angry about it. Let the anger motivate you to get off your bum and start doing something for yourself. Stop looking at your boss for answers. He or she doesn't have them either. We have to start sacrificing our own time to make a difference in our lives. And that is my invitation to you. DuePoint, we commit to creating this little island of certainty for you. A little island of certainty. A commitment that we will pay you at the end of every month if you work. We will buy you a car. We will take your family away if you do a little work. There's a little island of certainty in this world of uncertainty that we live in. That's the commitment that we make to our wealth engineers. And that's what I invite you to partake in. So that is it. I wish prosperity for you in the remaining weeks of this year. My invitation is for you to make those weeks even more prosperous with DuePoint. To be richer this December than you were last December. You can do it in the space of weeks, right? You can start adding value, building a channel tomorrow, today. You can do it today. What business allows you to start making profit today? Straight away, right? Please, for those of you that want to attend the launch workshop, we're starting at 11:30. 11:30, the workshop starts. Be aware, later today at 2 p.m., we are doing maintenance and upgrades to our IT systems. So from 2 p.m., you're not going to be able to connect anyone to DuePoint until 5 p.m. So it's just 3 hours, but be aware of it. Make sure that if you've got anyone that's joining, they do it before 2 p.m. Great. Thank you, guys. Good luck. See you at 11:30.